Hello everyone, welcome you all in this video tutorial. So in this video lecture, we are going to discuss about an important enzyme ATPase, which is a class of enzyme. So at first, let's start with the definition of ATPase and some basic facts about enzymes. So let's discuss about enzymes. We know that what are enzymes? They are the biological polymers of amino acids that catalyze the biochemical reactions, and they are proteinous substances. So the enzymes are made up of amino acid sequences, and these enzymes are categorized into various classes according to their functions. Most of the enzymes are proteinous in nature, but some are exceptions like ribozyme, which is a ribosomal RNA and act as an enzyme. So now the enzymes are categorized into different types according to their functions, that are oxidoreductase, transferase, hydrolase, lyase, isomerase and ligase. All of these enzymes are responsible for different functions. For example, ligase, which is used to joining, and we can see the example of or function of ligase in the process of DNA replication. And another enzyme which is isomerase, which help the isomerization of molecules, and we also see the reactions of isomerization in different biomolecule or biochemical reactions. So the third type of enzymes are hydrolases, are composed of hydrolytic enzymes, and these enzymes catalyze the hydrolysis of reaction by adding water to cleave the bond and hydrolyze it. So hydrolyze or hydrolase is composed of various enzymes which perform the same function, and ATP is one of the class of enzymes which cleaves the bonds of ATP and convert it into ADP molecule and release energy, and this released energy is further used to perform different cellular activities. Now the ATPase are the class of enzymes which catalyze the dephosphorylation of ATP. Basically, they are enzymes which break down the ATP molecules and release energy to accomplish the activities which needs energy. These enzymes decompose ATP molecule into ADP molecule and free a phosphorus group. The ATPase break the bond by the process of dephosphorylation reaction. In this class consists of many enzymes, but most of them are coupled with integral membrane proteins. Now the ATPase is the whole class of enzymes, and it consists of many enzymes. According to their function, their structure, and ATPases are divided into different types, which are F-ATPase, rotary ATPase, V-ATPase, A-ATPase, P-ATPase and E-ATPase. Now the F-ATPase are present in the mitochondria, chloroplast and bacterial plasma membranes, and the V-ATPase are primarily found in the eukaryotic vacuoles. They catalyze the ATP hydrolysis to transport solutes. Now the third type of ATPase, which found in archaebacteria, and the P-ATPase are found in the bacterial cells or in some fungi and some eukaryotic plasma membranes also. The P-ATPase also found in the plasma membrane of eukaryotic cells, like in sodium potassium pump or many integral proteins or integral protein pumps, which carry out the active transport of solutes. This ATPase help to transport the ions across the plasma membrane and to found in integral proteins. The last, which is E-ATPase, are cell surface enzymes. They help to hydrolyze NTPs and extracellular ATPs. And the rotary ATPase is found in the mitochondria of the cell, and it is also act as a ATP synthase. So as we have discussed, the P-ATPase or the transmembrane ATPase is the most common example of ATPase found in the eukaryotic organisms. So these transmembrane ATPases are found in the plasma membrane of cell, and they found as integral protein pumps. These transmembrane ATPase helps in the active transport of solutes. We know that there are two types of transport mechanisms in plasma membrane, which are active transport and passive transport. And the active transport needs energy to complete the transportation of particular ions. And in the process of active transport, the ions move across the membrane against their concentration gradient, and that's why they need energy in the form of ATP to complete the transportation. And this process takes energy by the hydrolysis of ATP, and the hydrolysis of ATP completes by the help of enzyme ATPase. That's why the transmembrane protein pumps have ATPase in their structure. Now let's understand and discuss about the most important concept, which is sodium potassium ATPase, which is most common example of ATPase in the plasma membrane. So it is an integral protein pump in plasma membrane which hydrolyzes the ATP and use energy to pump 3 sodium in and 2 potassium molecules out. And these ions move against the concentration gradient, and that's why they use energy. And they need their energy, and this energy they get by the process of ATPase, which breaks the ATP molecule into ADP and release the phosphorus group, and that's why they get energy by this process. Now in this graphical representation we can see the diagram of sodium potassium pump. So here we can see this is the extracellular region having greater proportion of sodium molecules, and this is the cytosol of the cell which have greater proportion of potassium molecules or ions. This diagram is showing the plasma membrane of the cell, which is consist of sodium potassium pump or an integral protein pump. In this integral protein pump, we can see the structure is composed of 3 subunits, which are alpha subunit, beta subunit and gamma subunit. And this sodium potassium pump consists of ATP molecule which binds with the alpha subunit of this protein pump. And with the help of enzyme ATPase, this ATP molecule break down into ADP and phosphorus. And with the breakdown or hydrolysis of ATP, the energy release, and this released energy is used for the movement of sodium and potassium. So in this process, with the help of energy, 3 sodiums are moved from outward of the cell and 2 potassium molecules are moved to the inward of the cell. And here we can see the sodium have much greater concentration in the outer region, but they are moving from inner region to the outer region. So basically they are moving against their concentration gradient. That's why it is considered as active transport and it needs energy. Another example of transmembrane protein is hydrogen potassium ATPase. It is also a type of ATPase or transmembrane ATPase which is found in the parietal cells of stomach. So the hydrogen potassium ATPase pumps the hydrogen ions from the parietal cells of stomach and take the potassium ion from stomach lumen to the parietal cells. And it is also type of active transport, and because it is active transport, it uses energy and needs energy for the completion of this process. And they take this energy by the hydrolysis of ATP, which completed by the molecule of ATPase or the enzyme of ATPase. Now let's understand the functions of ATPase. So as we have discussed, the major function of ATPase to hydrolyze the bonds between ATPase and to release the molecule of phosphorus so that it can release energy, and this energy can be used to complete the processes or the metabolic processes of the cell. It also exports toxic elements, wastes from the cell to the extracellular region. And there are some categories of transmembrane proteins which also include co-transporters which help in the transportation process. The ATPase sometimes also act as signal transducers in many cell signaling pathways. So in this video, we have discussed about the ATPase enzyme, its functions, its examples in detail. Thank you.